The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in a kind of menu bar here. So let's close up the CSS for the moment here, and let's hop right below our header 1 tag here. And if you remember from the HTML or 1 hour HTML, you add an unordered list. Now this isn't going to look very good until we're done. And a lot of times in programming, things never look good until they're 100% finished. So what we're going to do is we're going to add an unordered list here. And we need a list item, and what we're going to do is we're going to add an A tag. We're going to give it a class, and then we're going to say that this class is active. Okay, so the active class here. And we're also going to add in an href. So this is a link here. And remember, A tags are essentially link tags. And we're going to say that this is home, just like that. All right, and we also need to give it a home. We need to close up the A tag, and then we're also going to close up the LI tag or the list item tag. Okay. Now I'm just going to close the output for a quick second so you can see it a little bit better. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to copy this, well, once, get rid of this class, and this one here. And by the way, we also need a number sign or a hashtag here in front of home. So this one here will be mammoth. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this list item here a few more times. 2, 3, 4. And we'll call this one interactive. This one will be games. And this one will be apps. All right, so mammoth, interactive, games, apps. Okay, so what this is going to do is let's take a look at the output here. So if you look at this, this doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all. But again, a lot of times in programming, you're not done until, well, it doesn't look good until you're done here. So first things first is we're going to hop into the CSS and take a look at this unordered list here. And by the way, the unordered list, if I haven't mentioned it, means that there are these little kind of circles here. So within this unordered list, let's take a look at some items here. So first things first is we're going to add a margin. We'll make that margin 10 pixels. Okay. We're also going to add some padding, and this padding is also going to be 10 pixels. Okay. And you can see here that it does change just a little bit. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to overflow, and we're going to say hidden. Okay, and you can see that, well, there's a little bit of items that get hidden in there. And we'll go to background color, and the color might as well be RGB 252525, and it's the same color as the one up here. So that actually looks pretty good, except for, well, the links, etc. Don't worry, we'll fix that. Before we go on, we're going to say list style type, and this list style type is going to be none. Okay, so what that does is that removes it here. Now what I'm going to do is, for instance, if I delete this or just cut it, and if I just delete this list style type here, you can see here that there are a little bit of the dots here, and it's overflow hidden. That's why they're half cut off here. So I'm just going to undo both those items, and there we go here. Okay, so what we can also do here is, let's say li. So we're going to only work with the li, and we're going to float this left, and watch what happens. That looks pretty good. All right, now let's clear up that blue text because it doesn't look very good here. So let's go to li and a. So what this is going to do is that it's going to say every time there is a tag or a link tag within a list item, just like we had in this HTML here, so there's a li and an a tag, what's going to happen is we're going to do something cool. Let's just say color orange. Okay, and look at that, they turn into an orange here. But let's change this into an RGB 222, 222, and 222. And remember, that makes that kind of gray color. And if we really want to, actually, we could probably make it 240 because it's a bit too gray for my taste. So let's do 240, 240, 240. Still an off-white because remember, the max is 255. All right. Now, again, this still isn't looking good, but at least things are going well. So we're going to go to li, a, but this time we're going to add in something called hover. And what this is going to do is that when your mouse hovers over this, you're going to change something here. So let me just demonstrate that. So let's say if I do the color orange, when you hover over it, what will happen is that the color will turn orange. However, we already are working with the color here, so let's change the background color to orange here, okay? And what this is going to do is we have this li tag and this hover here, and you can see, for instance, if I take this completely out of the situation here, okay, and for instance, yes, so you can't have that that space in there. So take a look at that here, and there you can go. You can see it does work. Now, if you really wanted to, you could change the color to blue, for instance, and you can see that it does change to blue. But we don't want to do that. That doesn't look as good as we want it to here. Okay, so that does look kind of neat here, but there is a bit of an issue here. So let's go back to this li here, and let's add in some padding, and we'll make that 10 pixels. And you can see here that what that will do is that will add in a bit more of the padding here. Now, again, I can take a look at this here, and you can see that this looks a lot better. Okay, now just making this look a little bit better, we could change the font to something like Verdana. So we can literally just copy and paste that in here. Right, and that actually starting to look pretty good. And remember, I'm zoomed in quite a bit, so just keep that in mind here. And the cool thing to do is to now do the text transform into uppercase, and there we go. So you got home, and then that all works out quite well here. Now let me just zoom out just a bit to about 100%, and you can see here that if I kind of look at this, and I make it a little bit bigger. And if you look at the output here, 728, that's not very big. And what this is going to do is that this is going to allow us to move to different areas on the screen here. And that's why we added in these kind of these kind of hashtags or number signs here. Okay, so again, that is how you add in something that makes a little bit more sense when it comes to a title bar. Now, again, it doesn't look good until you're completely done. So just keep that in mind.